Hi guys, Gibran here, and it's been 2 weeks since my last video, so I decided to make a quick video on Nikon CLS system, which is creative lighting system. Canon has their own, and that is called E-TTL. Alright, let me explain how this whole CLS system and E-TTL system works. This system basically allows you to trigger your flash remotely. Okay, you can take your flash off of your camera, and this way you can do more creative stuff. Okay, you can put this on a softbox, put it on an umbrella. Too many things you can do with this. Okay, I'm not going to show you what you can do, but I'm just going to tell you how the whole system works, because a lot of times people get confused because their two flashes will be going off. People think they're going off at the same time, but they're not. Alright, basically what you do is that you use this pop-up flash to trigger this flash, okay? And when you take the picture, this flash goes off, and literally in a fraction of a second this flash goes off, okay? This flash does not interfere with your picture at all. All this is doing is that when you press the button and when you press the trigger, this flash fires. Okay, the flash bounces off of your subject, goes through your lens. The camera calculates how much light is present, everything. I mean, it calculates ISO, aperture, shutter speed, everything. This is all happening in a fraction of a second. You can't even see it through a naked eye. And it tells the camera calculates everything, and then the camera tells the flash, okay, this is how you should fire, this is how much you should fire, and this flash goes off, okay? And you basically don't have to do much except just set the camera on commander mode, because you will be using this as a commander and this as a slave. This camera tells the flash to fire, and it fires. Okay. Now you can also use this flash as a commander right here, and you can use another flash as a slave, or you could use this as a commander, and you can have multiple flashes. Let's say you want to do 2 umbrella setup. You know, you have your high key and your low key lighting. You could do 2 flashes like this, like strobist work. Okay. I'll tell you some pros of this, and I'll tell you some cons of this. This does not come with every single camera, so if your camera does not come with CLS lighting system or for Canon E-TTL, don't worry. These flash triggers, made in China, 25 bucks, they'll do the job. I actually prefer this over the CLS system, and I'll tell you why. Well, not these triggers, I'm talking about using wireless triggers over the CLS system. Alright, so this is how it works. Let me turn, alright, it is on. Let me just check if it's on commander, and I'll tell you how easy it is. Alright, it is. I'm going to turn on my flash, and I'm going to put this on remote, and again I'll show you guys all the close-up, so don't worry, this is just... Alright, this looks good. Alright, I want to see if it actually, this would help. Alright, you see that? This went off, this went off. Now, you may think it's going off at the same time, but believe me, it's not. This flashes first, bounces off, it's calculating all the lighting that's in the room, okay? And then it goes back through the lens, it goes into the camera calculates it, tells the flash, this is how much you need to fire. Boom. So all this is happening without any wire. So if you have SB600, you could do this. If you have SB700, you can do this. If you have SB800, SB900, you can do this. Canon people, please forgive me. I try to do research, and every time I do research on Canon stuff, there's so many different model names for your cameras. There's a different name for European market, there's a different name for American market and for Asian market that I really get confused. And I literally start losing hair when I do research on Canon stuff, and I don't have much to begin with. Just in case if you guys want to see, check it out. So please forgive me. If you want to find out if your camera has this capability, just look at your specs, and in the specs if it says E-TTL, that means you're good. If it doesn't, then you don't. We'll tell you about these flash triggers. I'll do a separate review on this. They're sold on Amazon, 25 bucks I believe, with the shipping and everything. Listed on my website. The link of Amazon is listed on my website under budget photography. Anyway, let's take a look at where you need to go in the camera to do this setup so you can trigger the flash remotely. Alright, let's take a look where we need to go to set this up. Picture's probably going to get blurry, and I apologize. The camera I'm recording on is not the best. Alright, go and get a pen and paper and write this down, or add this to your favorites so you can go back and review it later. Alright, so go in your custom setting menu, then you go into your bracketing and flash. Okay, don't follow the letters because it's going to be different on your camera. Click there. See where it says flash control for built-in flash? Right now it's on TTL. You want to change that to commander. Hit OK, and you come down where it says commander mode. Why? Because you want the pop-up flash to command. Alright, so once you go into your command mode, you will see your built-in flash will say TTL. Okay, so you don't want your built-in flash to interfere with the exposure. So what you want to do is make that dash like that. Okay, and then you get to your group A. This is where your flash is set up, one of your flashes, and you move that to TTL. Don't forget to press OK, because if you don't press OK, this thing is not going to save. Alright, hit OK, and this went from your TTL to your commander. Now the pop-up flash will work as a commander, okay, and that will trigger your bounce flash. Now let's take a look at your bounce flash and see what setting we need to do on. So here I have SB700, and it's going to be same for SB900 as well. Okay, you turn this on, okay, and see where it says remote? That pretty much means you want this to trigger remotely. There's a small button here. You press that button. See how weak I am? Anyway, you press this and just move it, and now this is on remote. And once this is on remote, that's it. That's all you have to do. Now if you want to set more than one flash, then obviously you have to assign different groups, and you can do that in your camera. Like this one is set on your group A, channel 1, but if you want to change that, you could simply assign different groups like that and different channels like that. Now this is very, very easy on your SB700 and SB900. People with SB600 and SB800, I apologize, I don't have one right now to show you how that's done. It's not as simple as just moving the button to your remote, so you'll have to go into your menu to do that for your SB600 and SB900. So some pros and cons of your CLS or E-TTL is that you don't have to buy wireless triggers, pocket wizards, radio poppers. They cost a lot of money, so if you want to save some money, you could use the CLS system. Now the problem is that you cannot use this outdoors like in a very sunny day, because it's not gonna, if there's a direct light hitting your sensor here, this flash is just going to disappear. It's not going to pick up, and it's not going to go off. So it has its limitation. All right, when you're using flash triggers, it's happening through radio wave. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it outdoors in daylight or not. It's going to work. So CLS is obviously, it's mostly indoor stuff. Or if you're doing, I mean, you could do it outdoors, but you just have to make sure. Most likely the pop-up flash is not going to work. You're going to have to use a bigger flash like this as a commander to set off the slave, pop-up would probably not work. Another problem is that if you are doing this at an event, let's say, obviously you're not going to be the only photographer taking pictures. There's going to be a lot of people with cameras with flash going off. So if you have this set up somewhere in a softbox or an umbrella, and other people are taking pictures, and you have this set up as a CLS, when other people are taking pictures, this flash is going off. This flash is also going to go off. So in 5 minutes, you're going to drain the battery. You'll be done. So that's where you cannot use it. Well, you can use it. It's just not practical. All right. For me, the biggest con is that it's not manual. It's you're letting the camera decide what power. You're going to get the right exposure. Well, roughly right exposure, but it may not give you what you're looking for, the lighting that you want to create. Let's say your camera does not have CLS system. Obviously, you can't use this. So, what do you do in that case? Well, I'm going to show you, and you guys can time me and tell me how long this took. Turn it off. Turn it off. Let's put these triggers on. Please keep in mind that these triggers will work in manual mode only. This does not work in TTL. Okay, TTL is when the camera calculates the lighting for you, and it tells you like how much to power. So for manual, this is for manual stuff only. Am I doing this wrong? Alright, this is embarrassing as I'm doing this live on YouTube. I'm an idiot. This thing was all the way down. Sorry guys. Don't time me. Alright, this is good. Lock this in. Turn on the flash. Turn this on. Turn this on. Test button, I just tested it. Ready? Boom. Boom. So, if you don't have CLS system, 25 bucks for these triggers, and you can add multiple flash to it. Different, you could select different channel, and you could use limitless. I mean, the possibilities are just limitless. So, if you don't want to spend too much money on pocket blizzards or radio poppers, look into these flashes, triggers, sorry. And once you feel that you are ready, obviously then you can upgrade it, because some of them may not be reliable. I never had any issues. Other people have had issues. So read the reviews, and if you want to take a chance, it's 25 bucks. Alright guys, until next time, keep clicking.